Welcome mates, I'm Bloodthirsty Lord by You Can Call Me Lordy, and today we've uploaded so many videos on Paragon and also another game, Injustice 2, but the Paragon hype hasn't stopped yet. There's so much new information and we try to bring it to you guys as quick as possible, and it's getting really late now, but we're going to keep pumping out content as quick as possible. Even though they're short videos or long videos, it doesn't matter, the content's there and hopefully helps you understand what is going on in version 40, the new age update, because it is truly bloody insane, mates. And because of that fact that we need to break down segments of this actual update into videos. Within this video, we're going to explain the core gameplay changes that did happen in version 40, from the shield to the core, the jungle changes, every important part within the gameplay. We're going to talk about that within this video, and if we do have time, we'll talk about the hero updates within this video as well. If the title says hero updates, then obviously we talked about the hero updates. But mates, before we get into this video, make sure you smash that bloody like button. Let's try to get 200 likes on this video and for this all-nighter. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. So the gameplay changes within the new age update version 40, and we're going to start talking about the shields. Shields now absorb mitigate damage previously absorbed unmitigated damage. This means shields behave as a temporary health and are affected by armor in the same way. I'm not too sure about this change, but I'm hoping it makes Muriel more useful and maybe a potential pick within the support role. And that change isn't directed towards Muriel, it's towards every shield mechanic within the game. And now we move on to the core changes. The core encounter has been reworked to allow for a more consistent damage output and to encourage destroying multiple inhibitors before pushing to destroy the core. Majority of people just will destroy one inhibitor and then just push to the core straight away and get that and destroy it, and it's pretty easy, and you win the game like that. Now they want to change how that works. Let's see what it is. No longer splits damage between all targets in radius, now deals 110 basic damage to all enemies in radius. Oh my god. Attack speed is reduced depending on how many inhibitors are destroyed. Okay, that's good. So this is going to force you to siege multiple lanes and split push until you destroyed all three inhibitors, and then you want to go push for the core, because the core won't do any damage towards you, and if you have a team fight under there, it's not going to do as much damage per second compared to before when you've only destroyed one inhibitor. So that's really great, and obviously will force players to siege more instead of just going rushing in and destroying the core. We've updated melee jungle minion behavior so that they are more difficult to kite and avoid their damage entirely. They will now more reliable hit players who are short distance away from them. As a result of the change, we adjusted the damage and reward levels for fighting jungle camps. Reduced wide jungle minion camps damage per attack to 6 from 7, increased wide jungle minion CP bounty to 85 from 73, increased wide jungle minion amber link CP contribution to 35 from 30. The gold buff changes. Replace gold buff with the gold variant of the river bugs. Grants 300 CP when killed. So this is instant CP reward. It's pretty much like Raptors, but a mini version of it. That is really great. They needed to do something like that. Instead of just getting a buff, they're working towards that and using that orb for like 30 seconds to gain CP. You instantly get 300 CP. That's great. Green buff, increased damage reflect to 20 from 15. Reduce explosion base damage to 80 from 100. Reduce explosion damage per hero level to 13 from 15. Okay. Raptor camp, change respawn time to 5 minutes from 4 minutes. Reduce Raptor CP bounty to 650 from 800. So you'll be receiving less CP from Raptors, and also there's a delayed respawn on it by a minute compared to what we have now in version 39. All Prime increased the duration of All Prime buff to 150 seconds from 120 seconds, which pretty much means you got another 30 seconds of Prime buff and utilizing it on the map for sieging or for another team fight. We have enough time to talk about the hero updates for version 40, the new age, so let's try and get into it as quick as possible. We've already talked about phase in our previous video, so make sure you watch that to get more information about that hero update and the actual new hero that will be released in version 40 before we proceed onto the next hero. Link to that video will be in the description below. If you're still here, let's continue on. Aurora's ultimate cranked an issue which could cause the ultimate to deal unintended additional damage. That's been fixed. Feng Mao Reaping Dash damage bonus increased to 35%, 70%, 105%, 140% from 10%, 25%, 40%, and 55%. Can no longer crit. Okay, so there's like a downside, but the overall damage and consistent damage of Reaping Dash has been enhanced by quite a bit, so that's really great. Now let's move on to Gadget, whose speed gain ability movement speed increased to 200 from 125 and now decays over the effect duration. Before it didn't used to decay, so you used to have 125 movement speed for like I think 3 to 6 seconds around that time, I'm not exactly sure. But if you catch it once she's used Speed Gate, pretty much she's not going to have any movement speed right after that stun or that catch out to escape, because obviously the decaying over time of her movement speed. Then we move on to Greystone, and his stoic ability has been reworked. Every 9, 7, 5, and 3 seconds, Greystone will block 100% of damage from the next basic damage instance that hits him. No longer provides bonus health and basic armor. Oh my god, that's really interesting. So you're not as tanky now, and you don't have any health or basic armor with this ability, but you're able to 100% block a certain basic attack from the enemy team every 3 seconds if you fully upgrade this ability. It's really good in lane, but the potential of this ability isn't as great as before, so this is a nerf towards Greystone in my opinion. And now we move on to Iggy and Scorch, Flame Turret. Turrets now have 200, 350, 500, and 650 health instead of peeps, so pretty much instead of hitting it a couple of times, it's got actual health stats on the turrets, so it takes longer to actually destroy them. Turrets take 60% reduced ability damage, so if you're not doing base attack damage on the turrets, then it's pretty much irrelevant. So no dot damage abilities are going to be effective towards Iggy and Scorch's turrets as before. So that's going to help him quite a bit in lane and pretty much constantly in a game. So that's really great for Iggy and Scorch. And now let's move on to Lieutenant Belka. Void Drone ability base damage reduced to 30, 50, 70, 90 from 60, 80, 100, and 120. Power scaling reduced to 0.376 from 0.5. Now has 200, 375, 550, 725 health instead of peeps. Now takes reduced 60% ability damage. Pretty much the same thing as Iggy and Scorch's turrets ability. The mechanic is there, but also this ability is doing less damage than before. And now we move on to Kalari, my bae, my main hero, and let's see what happened to her. Crippling Dagger has been moved to alternate ability and now is a quick cast ability. Base damage increased to 75, 115, 155, 195 from 60, 80, 100, and 120. This is really good for pretty much long range kills because the damage increase is really great, and that's base damage. That's amazing. Backflip has been removed. New ability is called Shadow Dance, and that is her secondary ability. Passively provides bonus health regeneration while Kalari is in the Shadow Plane for 3, 6, 9, and 12 health regen per second. That's really great. Allows Kalari to jump up to 2 additional times after jumping in the same way as the backflip did. Spacebar is the actual ability, or X on your PS4 controller. Cooldown for triple jump reduced to 14, 12, 10, 8 seconds from 18, 15, 12, and 9 seconds. Activating the triple jump costs no mana. That is really great. This is sounding really good already. Shadow Walk now automatically activates when Kalari drops below 35% health. I thought it was going to be lower than that. That's good. This effect can only trigger once every 60 seconds. Only triggers if the damage dealt comes from an enemy hero. It doesn't mention that you have to have the ability on cooldown in order to activate the passive. Oh my god, that's going to be insane. The plays, mates, the plays with this. Death Sentence added a minus 250 slow when Kalari is channeling Death Sentence to her intended victim. This should help her line up more when she arrives. Okay. Oh my god. There's so much potential. I mained Kalari through the shitstorms of Paragon, and now we have this amazing buff. I'm pretty happy. But family friendly, we can't swear here, we can't swear here. Family friendly lordies here, so we have to be careful what we say. Let's talk about Murdock's changes. General base ability armor reduced to 20 from 21.4. Ability armor per level reduced to 0.75 from 0.81. Okay, nothing too crazy. The mural changes are, as a reminder, all shields are now treated as extra health and benefit from target resistance, such as armor. Her movement speed ability increased to 150, 175, 225 from 35, 50, 65, and 80. That is dramatic. Movement speed now decays over 2 seconds duration. Okay, that's great. That's a very good buff towards Muriel, and hopefully it makes her more a contested pick within the support role and pretty much within Paragon. Let's move on to the next hero, and that is Murdock. Move along ability has been removed. Static Trap has been removed. Buckshot has been reworked. Oh my god. Moved from Q ability to the actual alternate ability. Enemies damaged by Buckshot are pushed if they are within 700 units of Murdock, up to a maximum distance of 700 units away from Murdock. Damage range remains 1000 units. New ability Hot Pursuit is the primary ability. Passive grants an additional 100, 150, 200, and 250 movement speed when running as visible. Critically wounded enemies within 3000, 4000, 5000, and 6000 units. Pretty much is gaining movement speed depending on people that are low on health in a certain range. That is a crazy ability. It reminds me of Warwick from League of Legends. That's insane. New ability Shots Fired as a secondary ability. Passive grants Murdock next basic attack, bonus range, and 15, 30, 45, 60 basic penetration every 10, 8, 6, and 4 seconds. This shot can miss, and if it does, the cooldown is consumed. Okay, this is pretty surprising change. I didn't think Murdock was going to change that much. But my god, the new age of Intellect is serious, and they changed all the Intellect heroes by a crap load. Oh my god, that is insane. Now let's move on to Narbash. His March ability, movement speed increased to 125, 150, 175, 200 from 65, 90, 115, and 140. Duration reduced to 2.5 seconds from 3 seconds. Movement speed now decays over its duration. There's a slight nerf, but also crazy buff because the movement speeds of every character look like they've been increased by a crapload, so that's really great. The Rictor changes are Shock Therapy, cooldown reduced to 12 seconds at all levels from 21, 18, 15, 12. Okay, nothing too crazy. Let's move on to Shimbi. All kill, Shimbi can now move while casting it. Wolf Sack's duration increased to 10 seconds from 7 seconds. That's nice. Rushing Beat ability, Shimbi will no longer lose the ability to recast with rushing beats after being stunned or silenced. Really great, because obviously once you stun and silence, it just ruined her and she couldn't dash again. Line tempo projectile speed increase. Good. That's a nice buff. And now let's move on to Steel. Force Shield ability has been removed. Bulwark ability has been reworked. Steel now deploys a smaller attached Force Shield as an extension of his shield while channeling Bulwark. Duration increased to 4, 5, 6, and 7 from 4 seconds at all levels. Steel's new ability is Ablative Armor, which is the secondary ability. Passive grants Steel 4 stacks of 50, 65, 80, and 95 ability armor for a total of 200, 260, 320, and 380 ability armor. Taking ability damage removes 1 stack. Steel gains 1 stack every 6, 5, 4, and 3 seconds. This timer is reset whenever he takes a new instance of ability damage. So if anyone hits him, he loses a stack. That is really great. This ability is going to make him so crazy with tank. Like ability armor tanky. Oh my god. That's nice. Still buffed like crazy. Let's move on to Faye Harvest Needles. Consecutive hits on the same target within 9 seconds deal an additional 15% damage per hit, stacking up to a maximum of 60% bonus damage per hit. And now let's move on to the yin changes. Lash Kick, range reduced to 750 units from 950 units. Windburn ability mana cost increased to 40 from 20. Cooldown increased to 21, 18, 15, 12 from 20, 15, 12, and 8 seconds. That is a nerf towards Yin. So those are all the changes I wanted to discuss in today's video, being the hero updates and the gameplay changes overall within version 40, the new age of Paragon, because there's a lot of information. We might do another video right after this. There'll be like, there's too many videos, but there's just insane content being dropped, and obviously I want to try and keep you guys up to date as much as possible. But mates, as always, I want to know your thoughts on this video. What do you think about it? Do you hate these new hero updates they've done it within the game? Is your hero nerfed or buffed? Tell me in the comment section down below, because I think the hero updates have led the game to a better position. Even though there's a lot of nerfs on heroes that are loved by the community, other heroes like Kalari and Shimbi are starting to rise, and that means quite a bit, especially when you're a Kalari main. But that is my opinion, and obviously I want to know your opinions and thoughts in the comment section down below. So mates, if you did enjoy this video, show us by smashing that blank like button. Let's try to get 200 likes on this video. If it makes you want to see more Paragon gaming content and gaming content in general on my channel, all you have to do is share this with your friends and hit the subscribe button to become a mate today. And that is all for this video. Oh, time to go, but don't you worry. Back very soon. Hey chat boys, because you ain't seen nothing yet. When Darth 40, the Kalari main, does appear once again, no gold buffs in version 40 are safe from him. Be terrified.